of the season to a conclusion with a 3-game set with the Fort Scott Dragoons. They come into town having ended a losing streak. The Yard Dogs dropping a series to the Nacogdoches Niners, looking to bounce back. You'll catch it all right here on the Bryan Yard Dog YouTube channel. Welcome in, everyone. Nick Savage, Will Fain with you here high atop historic Travis Field in Bryan, Texas. It's a hot one tonight, and Will dropped 2 out of 3 after walking off the best team, Nacogdoches, over the weekend. So kind of a sour taste in your mouth coming into these next 3 games with Fort Scott. But hey, the homestand kicked off with a sweep of these same Dragoons. So we'll see if they can, get that luck back and get on the right side of the win column.
Looking to have some bounce-back games here. I mean, all 3 games against Nacogdoches were very competitive. As we saw in Game 1, there was that walk-off win by the Yard Dogs. Next 2, pretty competitive. It was just you never got the big hit when you needed it. So hopefully the Bats come alive tonight, get some confidence going before they go on the road for, the next week, I want to say?
Yeah, pretty much more than that. It will be Fort Scott, again, coming in. They are 20-15 overall. Just broke a 12-game losing streak. They are 1-9 in their last 10. The Yard Dogs coming into this one 19-18, just a game above 500, riding a 2-game losing streak, but they're 7-3 in their last 10. For the Dragoons, it's Julian Gaston, Samuel Padilla, Ulysses Hernandez, 1, 2, 3 in their order. Cedric Polnitz, the second, bats 4th. Batting 5th is Jackson Burnett, the 3rd baseman. Zion Lewis will play left and hit 6th. Thomas Padilla, the 2nd baseman, hits 7th. Mateo Rodriguez, a shortstop, bats 8th. And Brody Mauser, the DH, hits 9th. Facing Garrett Pennington, the right-hander out of Hill Junior College, making his first start for the Yard Dogs, his 2nd pitching appearance, as he delivers the first pitch home, and it's bunted foul by Julian Gaston for strike 1, and we are underway here on a Tuesday evening. Pennington first through in Game 2 of the Nacogdoches series. He only got he only got 1 out. That's all he was asked to do, and that was in the 8th inning. He was called upon to get a big out and keep the Yard Dogs in it. 0-1 to Gaston. He shows bunt once again. It's chopped foul, and quickly Julian in an 0-2 hole here. Julian out of Randall University. That's from the left side against the right-hander, Garrett Pennington. The 0-2 on the way. Way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gaston hitting at .359 in 18 games played. He's got a home run and 11 RBIs. Two balls, 2 strikes now. Gaston 2nd in the league in batting average. 2nd in on-base percentage, too. Almost a 500 clip, .481 for him. 2-2. That one on the outside corner, called 3rd strike. Gaston did not like it, but he will retreat to the dugout, and there's 1 down. First strikeout for Garrett Pennington.
Next up, right fielder number 15, Samuel Padilla.
Samuel Padilla, right fielder for Fort Scott, will dig in. Acting manager for Fort Scott, Jared Willett, taking over those duties tonight. Righty-righty matchup here. First pitch in there to Padilla, strike 1. Willett also a player, a pitcher, I should say, for the Dragoons. It's quickly 0-2 here to Samuel Padilla. 0-2, poked foul down the right field line, and it will get out of play. Long pause here for Pennington. with the glove under his chin. The 0-2 home. Sent foul down the left field line, and it will go out of play. Defense for Bryan looks like this. It's Brody Cole in right field. In center, it's Tegan Riley. Out and left, Jake Wiley. At first base, it'll be Andrew Thornhill. Gavin Shaddix will play second. Tanner Pachork at short. And Hunter Barros at third base. Taylor Valerius behind the dish tonight. The 0-2. Breaking ball taken by Padilla. Good take there. And it's 1-2. Ulysses Hernandez, the first baseman, stands on deck. Dragoons go lefty, righty, lefty at the top of their order. 1-2 just off the plate. Good pitch, but maybe a better take by Samuel Padilla. Here comes the 2-2. On the outside corner, just missed. No argument there from Pennington. Valerius with a quick conversation with the home plate umpire, maybe just feeling out the strike zone early in this one.
Just, asking how far off was he there?
3-2 on the way. Chopped through the hole left side, and it's a base hit for Samuel Padilla. So one out base runner for the Dragoons. Ulysses Hernandez, the first baseman, strolls to the plate.
Number 13, first baseman Ulysses Hernandez.
First pitch to him. Goes after an elevated fastball, and he's underneath it for strike one. They're going to pick back over to Padilla. He's back in with the head first slide. Another pick over. Padilla in safely. Saw the Yard Dogs pick off quite a few base runners against Nacogdoches. They're the best base running team in the MAL, so they were rather aggressive, and Yard Dogs able to take advantage of that, steal a few outs. That one's up and out. 1-1 strike. Slider away. 2-1 strike here to Ulysses Hernandez. For Fort Scott, 57 stolen bases for them. That ranks 4th in the league. Fouled and can't be hung on to by Valerius. So it'll be 2 strikes. Offensively, Fort Scott second in the league in average as a team, 291. Bryan actually ranks last in the MAL in batting average, 237 as a team. 2-2, lined in the left center field. That'll be down for a base hit. Going first to third is Padilla. Here's a relay. There's a throw there. Safe. Just barely beat that one.
That was close.
And runners will be at the corners for Fort Scott. And here comes Coach John Byington out to have a quick word with the home plate umpire, maybe seeing if he could have a conversation with the field umpire. Nope, they are not going to discuss it further. I think they got the call right. He beat that by about half a step. So good base running there from Samuel Padilla. Again, runners at the corners, 1 down. Here in the top of the first inning, Cedric Polnitz stands in now. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch upstairs, going to get away from Valerius, and incoming is Padilla to make it 1-0 Fort Scott. Hernandez moves up to second on the wild pitch. And an early mistake by the Yard Dogs puts the visitors ahead 1-0. Polnitz the second with a 1-0 count here. Swings and misses at the next offering. It's 1-1. Look back from Pennington, and the 1-1 comes home. Fastball popped into foul territory, first base side. Thornhill and Valerius giving it a look, and it's Taylor Valerius, the catcher, ranging a long way to make the catch for out number 2. Really tough play there for Valerius. It looked like Thornhill was going to have the best opportunity at it, but Valerius tracking it down the entire way, catches it right in front of that front rail in front of the Fort Scott dugout.
And is also more in the sun part over here, is some of the infield shaded and
yeah,
some of foul territory shaded, but not too much.
Here's Jackson Burnett, third baseman for Fort Scott. Appearing in his 19th game here tonight. First pitch in this righty-righty matchup is a slider on the outside corner called strike 1. He's got 9 hits on the year, 9 RBIs, 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Make it 1-1. He's slashing 164, 365, 291. That's average on base slugging. One pitch is a fastball up, caught on and miss for strike 2. Pennington's fastball up in the zone like that's getting a lot of chase. So we'll see how much he sticks with it. In the early going here, it's 1-0. Top of the first, 2 outs, runner out at second. And a 1-2 count here to Jackson Burnett. That one's high, elevated fastball that ran too high there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes another offering. Check swing, doesn't matter. That slider catches the outside corner, and it's called strike 3. 2 Ks in the top of the first for Garrett Pennington. But the Dragoons bring home a run on 2 hits, aided by a wild pitch. We'll go to the bottom of the first. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball. To the bottom of the first we go. Yard Dogs coming to the plate for the first time tonight. They already trail 1-0 as the Dragoons score a run on a wild pitch. Here's how Coach John Byington will line up his Yard Dogs tonight. Gavin Shaddix, the second baseman, will bat leadoff. Batting second is Tegan Riley, the center fielder. Jake Wiley will play left and hit third. The DH, Justice Branson, hits fourth. Tanner Pechorik, the shortstop, hits fifth. Batting sixth, Andrew Thornhill, the first baseman. Batting seventh, Hunter Barros, the third baseman. Brody Cole, the right fielder, hits eighth. And Taylor Valerius, the catcher, bats ninth. They'll be facing Andrew Perrell out of Thomas College, the right-hander, making his sixth start. He's 4-0, 4.50 ERA in 26 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts for him. And the first pitch is bounced in there for ball one to Gavin Shaddix. Shaddix out of Stephen F. Austin State, the Lumberjack. Making himself a mainstay in this Yard Dog lineup here in the second half of the season. Two-0 offering to him. It's 3-0 now. Here's a 3-0 to Shaddix. That's in the dirt, and it's a four-pitch walk to the leadoff hitter. As Shaddix will go run down at first, and Tegan Riley will come to the plate. Riley, the center fielder tonight.
At bat, center fielder number 23, Tegan Riley.
Riley bats from the right side as Perrell will move to the stretch. Throws from the first base side of the rubber, letting that right arm hang down before he comes set at the belt. The first pitch. There goes Shaddix, wasting no time. Throw almost gets him, and it's into center field. He'll take third base easily on the poor throw from Polnitz to second. And just like that, the tying run into second, or into third, excuse me, in scoring position with nobody out. Tegan Riley out of Ohlone College. That's in California. First pitch, or the 1-0, excuse me, misses down low. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Riley, in 43 games played for the Renegades, 352 average for him, 5 home runs, as he's going to drive this one in the right center field gap. And the center fielder, Gaston, is there to make the catch. And it's an easy sacrifice fly to tie this game up 1-1. In the bottom of the first inning, Tegan Riley doing his job.
Next up, left fielder number 6, Jake Wiley.
So now Jake Wiley will stand in, nobody on, 1 out in a 1-1 ball game. Righty-lefty matchup here as the first pitch from Perrell comes home. Fastball outside corner taken for strike one.
Now, the last time your Yard Dogs faced against the Dragoons on the first game of that June 26th, Perrell was also the starting pitcher. He went 6 innings for 4 earned runs and 6 strikeouts with 3 walks as well.
So the Yard Dogs already jumping on Perrell early here, a familiar arm. He's ahead of Jake Wiley here, 0-2, and that one's fought off to keep the count there. Perrell a couple of shakes, now ready with the 0-2 home here to Wiley. He'll foul this one off as well, and it's still 0-2.
As that game back on the 26th went into extra innings, and the Yard Dogs walked it off in the 11th inning, I want to say, to make it an 8-7 victory.
0-2's cut on and missed by Wiley. Drop third strike, though, and it can't be gobbled up by Polnitz the second. So drop third strike, reaches first base. Now Justice Brinson will bat with a man on first, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the first inning, all tied up at 1.
Up to bat for your Bryan Yard Dogs, the designated hitter, number 19, Justice Brinson.
This is actually the 4th time the Yard Dogs have seen Andrew Pruell. Faced him a few times up in Fort Scott. So a really familiar arm. When you think in terms of a 62-game season, already seen him for the 4th time, that's quite a look. We'll see how aggressive the base runners are here. Already seen Shattuck steal a base. It was a poor throw from the Fort Scott catcher, so maybe keep the foot on the gas pedal if you're Coach Byington. It's 2-0 to Justice Brinson here, the DH tonight. Justice, one of the more patient hitters. Walked 3 times against Nacogdoches, collected a hit as well over the weekend. They're going to pick over, and Jake Wiley is in safely. Justice hitting .286 in 4 games played. He scored 3 runs as well. He's got a 2-1 count here as the first strike of the AB was landed by Andrew Pruell. The righty kicks and deals, 2-1 fouled, counts run even. For the Fort Scott defense, it's Padilla in right, Gaston in center, Lewis out in left. From right to left on the infield, Hernandez at first, Padilla at second base, Rodriguez at short, Burnett at third, and Polnitz the second behind the plate. Dragoons wearing their bright blue uniforms with the neon yellow letters and numbers. 2-2 upstairs, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Yard Dogs wearing their home whites. Yard Dogs across the front of the jersey, navy blue caps with the white pants as well. Payoff pitch on the way here to Justice Brinson, the DH. There goes the runner. It's swung on and miss. Will they have a strike him out, throw him out? They will. No. He's off the bag. I thought the field umpire was saying the tag was missed, so it's a strike him out, throw him out, double play. As Brinson goes down on strikes, Jake Wiley thrown out trying to swipe second, but the Yard Dogs do tie it on the Tegan Riley sacrifice fly. We'll go to the second, tied up at 1 run apiece. This is Bryan Yard Dog baseball. Zion Lewis, the left fielder, who will lead things off for the Dragoons. First pitch of the inning comes home from Garrett Pennington, is taken low and inside for ball one. This one sent into center field. Riley coming on. No problem with it. Puts it away for out number one. Now Thomas Padilla, the second baseman, will stand in. It'll be a righty matchup here between these two. First pitch, slider, outside corner, called strike one. That slider working well for Garrett Pennington to right-handed hitters. 0-1 is a challenge fastball. Garrett Pennington wins that battle, and it's quickly 0-2 here to Thomas Padilla, the second baseman.
Really been able to locate that low and away slider on the outside corner very well.
0-2. Spiked that slider, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pennington set, the 1-2 home. Line back up the middle, that's going to be a base hit. Slider that just caught too much of the plate. Padilla stays on it. Picks up Fort Scott's third hit of the game here in the top of the second inning. And a one-out base runner for Mateo Martinez, the shortstop.
Visitors, their number 8 hitter. Fans, this is your K-Man hitter of the night. That means if he goes down on strike spot here, that's $2 beers for the next half inning.
Pennington will work out of the stretch now as he stares in to face Rodriguez. First pitch swinging, and it's 0-1. Rodriguez out of Marshalltown Community College, hometown of Stillwater, Minnesota. 5'10", 109-pounder. The 0-1 rolled over down the third base line, and it's a base hit. Rodriguez will leg out a double here. We'll see if they send Padilla. Yep, he will be sent. And it's going to be an RBI double for Mateo Rodriguez to make it 2-1. Good piece of hitting for Mateo Martinez to sneak that one down the left field line.
Next up, the DH number 18, Bodie Mauser.
And now Brody Mauser will dig in the DH. A 9-hole hitter. A 2-1 Fort Scott lead here in the top of the second inning.
We've seen some good hitting by them here in these first 2 innings as well.
Already 4 hits as the first pitch misses low and outside for ball one. That one's going to get away from Valerius. That's just a pass ball off the glove of Taylor. So that will allow Mateo Rodriguez to move up into third base with only 1 out here. (2-0). Swung on and missed. Back into the count comes Garrett Pennington, as he has given up 2 runs in the early going to Fort Scott. Two ones lined into right field. Cole puts it away. Is it deep enough? Here comes the runner, Rodriguez, and as the ball rolls into Valerius, it's a sacrifice fly to make it 3-1 Fort Scott. So productive trip through the through the order the first time for Fort Scott. 3 runs on 4 hits. There are 2 down now. Bases empty for Julian Gaston, who's 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. He shows bunt. Has to jump over that slider that breaks in on him. It's 1-0.
It's a pretty athletic move in the box.
That just tells you what it looks like to the hitters. He thought that one was going to run in and get him. One-0. Lands in there, called strike 1.
38 pitches so far for Pennington and 25 being strikes.
So he's lived in the zone. He's just too much in the zone, maybe. These Fort Scott hitters able to square him up. This one's bunted up the first base line, but it's going to trickle foul. 3-1 our score. 2 outs here in the top of the 2nd inning. Julian Gaston at the plate with a 1-2 count here. Garrett Pennington trying to work around a 2-run, 2-hit inning.
Wonder if we see him go to that high fastball as he's been able to get some swing and miss for it.
Back onto the rubber goes Pennington. He works from the first base side. Out of the windup. Here comes the 1-2. Taken low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball inside. Really close pitch on that slider, and the count is run full here. The Hill Junior College righty still laboring in this top of the 2nd. 3-2 on the way. Taken low, ball 4. First walk issued by Pennington. We'll put a runner over at first and 2 outs for Samuel Padilla, who's 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored.
Now batting for Fort Scott, their right fielder number 15, Samuel Padilla.
Now here comes pitching coach Jason Goodell out to the mound to have a word with Garrett Pennington. Again, not missing by much on some of these pitches, living in the zone. Fort Scott able to square him up early here. Jumped out to an early 3-1 lead. 1 run came home in the first. Yard Dogs answered right away with a Tegan Riley sacrifice fly. But 2 runs home here in the 2nd inning. A Thomas Padilla single started it off. Mateo Rodriguez RBI double. Pass ball allowed him to move up to 3rd, and then Mauser a sacrifice fly to drive home Rodriguez. Meeting on the mound over. Garrett Pennington back to work as he stares in to Padilla, the right-handed hitting right fielder. Pitch on the way. First one of this at bat, and it misses high for ball 1. Here's a 1-0. Swung on and missed. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind kind of picking up, blowing in from left center. A welcome breeze.
I won't be upset about it.
It was very stagnant earlier in the afternoon, but now with rain kind of in the area, makes it a little bit cooler for us. It's a 2 ball, 1 strike count as that fastball missed inside.
Yeah, we can see some clouds moving in, but
just some spotty showers,
nothing
when
crazy.
I was looking at the radar pregame, so it shouldn't be a problem for us here in Bryan. Big lead over at first for Julian Gaston, and they'll pick over to first and check on him.
Just bringing in a nice breeze for us.
There goes Gaston. 2-1's lined into right field. Cole has it lined up and puts it away for out number 3, but not before the Dragoons strike for 2 more here in the top of the second on 2 hits. They leave a man stranded. We go to the bottom of the second. 3-1, Fort Scott. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball.
Tonight's foul balls are
leads off the bottom of the second, 3-1 Fort Scott out at Travis Field here on a Tuesday evening. And Andrew Perrell back to work as the righty Pechoric stands in. First pitch swinging, popping it foul. It's going to get blown out of play for strike 1.
That's a First Financial Bank foul ball.
Pechoric played a fine shortstop over the weekend. Lots of dazzling plays he had to make against a very fast Nacogdoches team. He's going to show bunt, pull it back. That one misses high, pops in and out of the glove of Polnitz the second. Pechoric in his 6th game here tonight, hitting .222. Chops this one back up the middle. It's Padilla, the second baseman, throwing on the run in time to get Pechoric for out number 1. Fort Scott, best defense in the MAL. Best fielding percentage at a .963 clip. Least amount of errors. They've only committed 29 through 36 games. So expect to see some good defensive plays from Fort Scott through this 3-game set. First pitch into Andrew Thornhill is a slider called strike 1.
Probably some good defense from both teams, as we saw some very good web gems by the Yard Dogs this last home series.
0-1, called strike 2. Yard Dogs statistically middle of the pack in the MAL defensively. They field at a .949 clip. That's 4th in the league, but I think some of these numbers, especially their offensive numbers, a little skewed as this one's sent to the left side. Burnett can't field at third. He's got a hole in that glove as it's right through, most likely for an error. And indeed, it will be the first error of the game. Just as I was talking about their defense, it's an E5 on the third baseman, Burnett.
Got to be some kind of announcer jinx in there somewhere for that.
You're welcome, Yard Dogs fans, as they have a one-out base runner here in the bottom of the second inning. And Hunter Barros digging in for his first plate appearance of the night. He plays third for Bryan. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way, almost gets Barros, but he stands out or gets out of the way of it. Actually might have caught a piece of the home plate umpire, as he'll take a quick stroll to shake it off. Polnitz, the second, checking on him. He's all right. That'll never win you any favors when you're the catcher and it gets by you. And the home plate umpire wears it. It'll be a 1-0 count here to Barros. Time here as ball gets away from the Fort Scott pen. Now we're ready to go. They'll pick over. Back in safe is Andrew Thornhill. Again, he reached on an E5 routine ground ball that was just flat out missed over at third base. (1-0) in there, called strike one. That wind blowing a little bit more sharply into center field now. You can hear it on the field mic just a bit. Definitely something that will affect fly balls. 1-1. Sent foul.
That's the first financial bank foul ball.
Hunter Barros, 250 average, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. The 1-2 to him. Swung on and fouled into the mitt of Polnitz, a second, and he is out number 2 here in the bottom of the second inning. Second strikeout for Andrew Perrell. Now here's Brody Cole, the right fielder.
Next up, right fielder number 2, Brody Cole.
Brody will swing from the left side. Here's the first pitch swinging, and he's going to ground this over to second base. Padilla, bad throw over to first, and it gets away from Hernandez. Second error of the inning for the Dragoons defense. Errors number 30 and 31. And now Yard Dogs have the tying run in scoring position, and Taylor Valerius coming to the plate.
Up to bat from Grandview, our catcher, number 4, Taylor Valerius.
That was as routine as it gets. 2 really routine plays in this inning that just
get away from him.
Yeah, just haven't been able to finish them.
And it wasn't any like a weird hop or anything that it looked like from up here anyways.
He just flat out pulled the throw wide right. And now Taylor Valerius, the power hitting catcher, stands in. This one's gonna get all the way to the backstop. Here comes Thornhill, toss home, not there. 3-2 our score on the wild pitch. Brody Cole moves up on the back end of that play. He's at third now. It's a 1-run ball game here in the bottom of the second.
And we've talked about it before, the Yard Dogs taking advantage of the mistakes that other teams make, whether it be pass
Another
balls.
pass ball. And coming in to score is Brody Cole, and we're tied. 2 errors, back-to-back pass balls, and it's 3-3. What a disastrous inning.
Off of 0 hits once again.
Yeah, for Fort Scott, man. They got to be kicking themselves as the bats are going early, but not the defense. So now base is empty and a 2-0 count here to Valerius. That one's low and away. 3 balls, no strikes. Four-pitch walk to Taylor Valerius to flip the lineup over. And now here comes Jared Willett, acting coach for today for Fort Scott. I think he already made a motion to the bullpen. He did. He's going to make a pitching change here as Andrew Perrell will be done. Only goes an inning in 2/3. 3 runs come home. And we got a new pitcher for Fort Scott. We'll step aside and get the new pitcher on the other side. Come on back. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball. Right-hander out of Newman University, 5'11", 215. He's going to take over for Andrew Perrell. Only goes an inning in 2/3. No hits so far, has allowed 3 runs. Only one of those earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, but he's responsible for Valerius over at first base, who've reached via the walk. And he'll face the top of the order, Gavin Shaddix, who walked, stole a base, and scored his first time up. That one misses down low. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 errors committed by the best defense in the league in this frame. And the Yard Dogs once again have scored 3 runs with no hits. I believe that was Friday.
Great way to manufacture runs.
Yeah, Friday against Nacogdoches. We were in the 7th. They hadn't collected their first hit yet, but it was tied 4-4. 3-0. Back pick as that one was in there. Valerius back in with the head first slide.
Was it Tegan Riley in the 8th inning, I want to say, that got that first hit?
Let's go back and look. That's why I got a scorebook, right? It was Tegan Riley in the 7th.
7th.
He got the first hit in the 7th inning. Eventually led to a walk-off winner over the league-leading Niners, but Yard Dogs would drop the next 2 as it's a 2-out walk, 2 men on for Tegan Riley. Speak of the devil, right?
Exactly.
Next up, number 23, Tegan Riley.
Would be a great time to get another first hit of the ball game for the Yard Dogs right here.
His first time up, a sacrifice fly that scored at Gavin Shaddix. First pitch, just off the plate away for ball 1. Valerius running at second, Shaddix at first, the 1-0. That one, changeup on the outer half, called strike 1. Chopped foul.
That's a first financial make, foul ball.
Trevor Newby pitch away from getting out of this second inning for Fort Scott, one they'll like to forget. As a 1-2 sent foul into the Fort Scott dugout. Everyone gets out of the way, thankfully. And it will remain a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Here comes that wind we were talking
Wind's
about.
still whipping in. Look at the radar at this next break. See where this cell is to the right of us. This one sent to right field. Padilla coming in, and he'll make the catch to end the inning. But not before the Yard Dogs score. 2 runs, 2 errors committed by Fort Scott. They got no hits, and we're tied up 3 runs apiece going to the 3rd. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball. To the top of the 3rd out at Travis Field. 3-3 our score. And leading off for the Dragoons, it'll be Samuel Padilla, the right field. Pardon?
First baseman.
Yeah, Ulysses Hernandez, the first baseman leading off. Sorry there. Padilla was out to end the last inning. Didn't mark it down in my scorebook. Thank you for keeping me honest
Hey, no
there.
worries.
Garrett Pennington, the right-hander, back out for some more work. First pitch on the way. That one misses up and away to Hernandez for ball 1.
That's what partners are for up here, right?
Absolutely. Right side of the infield shifted to pull against Hernandez, who swings from the left side. He has a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Back to play here, Hernandez. Takes up and away, 2 balls, 1 strike. Good slider outer half. Called strike 2 against Hernandez here. Ulysses 1 for 1 today with a single. Three balls, 2 strikes now. This one chopped to the left side. Third baseman Barros fields. Over to first in time to retire Hernandez. Now Cedric Polnitz II will come to the plate. Polnitz II fouled out his first time. Pennington set first pitch home to Polnitz II. Good slider, catches the inner half, called strike 1.
He's really got good location on that slider tonight.
It's weird. His offense has kept him in this game, right? He's given up 3 runs already, 4 hits, but each time he comes back out, game has been tied for him. So a fresh start, if you will. He has an 0-2 count here against Polnitz II.
It's a good vote of confidence, though, at least. Like, hey, my offense is putting up some numbers for me at the same time. Not in a huge hole or anything.
Here's the 0-2. Skied on the infield. Pachorik Barros will call. Barros, the third baseman, coming in and right behind the mound, making the catch for out number 2. Now the third baseman, Jackson Burnett, will come to the plate.
Now up to bat, third baseman Jackson Burnett.
Burnett 0 for 2 tonight, or excuse me, 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Was the second strikeout for Garrett Pennington. So on the radar, I don't know how well it comes through on the camera, but out to right field, it was cloudy, getting a little dark with the wind picking up. So with rain in the area, we were watching that, but the radar shows we should be clean here tonight. All the rain is south of College Station, so we got plenty of wiggle room up here in Bryan. 0-1 upstairs, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
But thankfully, it brought us this nice little breeze.
Yeah, not complaining about that at all.
We don't even need our fan up here in the press box now.
No, 1 ball, 1 strike count. Slider in there called strike 2. It seems like as the summer months roll on, each game out at Travis Field, at least when we get here in the afternoon, gets hotter and hotter, but obviously as the sun goes down, it gets rather pleasant here at Travis Field. The 1-2 popped right side, going to be a tough play for the first baseman Thornhill, and it will land on top of the bleachers. I think on a normal day that ball might stay in play, but wind blows it out.
Definitely so.
Pennington ready with the 1-2, trying to work a 1-2-3 inning for the first time tonight. This one's sent foul, out of play right side. The 1-2 here. That one runs high.
About to be the 7th pitch of the at-bat here.
Good job by Burnett to battle here with nobody on. Pennington trying to post the first 0 on either side. We were through 2 innings. These two have matched each other. The 1-2, or 2-2, excuse me, inside and upstairs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two on the way. Skied into left. Pachorik, Wiley. Pachorik gives way. Wiley, the left fielder, makes the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Pennington. We go to the bottom of the third, all tied up at 3 between the Fort Scott Dragoons and your Bryan Yard Dogs. More on the other side. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball. Bottom of the third, out at Travis Field. It's Jake Wiley, the left fielder, leading things off as Garrett Pennington posts the first 0 on the scorebook. 1 run for each team in the first, 2 runs for each team in the second inning. A 0 for Fort Scott in the top of the third as Trevor Newby back out to the mound. He'll have a clean inning to work with here as he came in relief in the bottom of the second. Got an out to end the inning. Jake Wiley takes ball 1 inside. He reached on a drop third strike his last time up. He has a 2-ball, no strike count. Two out, rolled over to the right side. Padilla makes up for his error earlier. Clean play over to first, and there's 1 down. Now Justice Brinson, the DH, will bat.
Designated hitter, Justice Brinson.
Brinson 0 for 1 with the strikeout. It'll be his first look at Trevor Newby. This will be a righty-righty matchup. Newby always out of the stretch, comes set with the glove at the letters. Brinson shows bunt, pulls it back. Misses for ball 1. I think Polnitz the second thought that was strike 1. Fort Scott, another team that doesn't travel with that many guys on their roster, so this one's going to be grounded to the left side. Tough play for Rodriguez. He gets a glove on it, but it's going to be a base hit, the first of the evening for the Yard Dogs. Tanner Pachorik, the shortstop, will bat now. Pachorik grounded out to second his first time up. Quick conversation here between Polnitz the second and Newby as we'll look around the MAL at Pilgrims Park in Nacogdoches. The Niners are up 4-0 over Piney Woods Timber Hogs. And in Meridian, they're just underway. Beaumont and the Blues, no score there. Pachorik settles into the box. As he peers in, Brinson with a lead over at first, about 3 steps. This one sent into right field. Coming on is Padilla, and he won't make the catch. Lands in front of him for a base hit. So 2 hits in a row. Andrew Thornhill, the first baseman.
At bat, first baseman Andrew Thornhill.
Bats with a good spot, or in a good spot here. Thornhill reached on an error, later came around to score. First pitch misses down and away for ball 1. Fouled away. No, it was a swinging strike. It sounded like it caught a piece of the bat, but it was just clipping the glove of Polnitz. So that's another pass ball. Brinson into third, Pachorik up to second. 2 runners in scoring position, only 1 out for the Yard Dogs. Andrew Thornhill trying to break through and give Bryan the lead. 2-1 count here to Thornhill as that one missed. Two one breaking ball just misses inside. It'll be a 3-1 count here to Andrew Thornhill. This one driven to left. That's going to send Lewis back. He's under it. Wind going to keep that one from traveling any further. Here's the tag from Brinson, and into third is Pachorik. Rather gutsy move for Tanner Pachorik there to tag at second and try to get into third, and he does just that. So a sacrifice fly from Andrew Thornhill makes it 4-3, and Hunter Barros bats with 2 down, runner at third base. Barros 0 for 1 tonight with the strikeout.
At bat, single versus third baseman Barros.
First pitch, chop to the left side. It's the shortstop Rodriguez up with it. Throw across the diamond, not in time, and it's an RBI single for Hunter Barros. He makes it 5-3 here in the bottom of the third inning. Yard Dogs jumping on Fort Scott. 3 straight innings they've scored.
At bat, right fielder Brody Cole.
And now Brody Cole, right fielder, stands in. He reached on an error, later scored his first time to the plate. He'll bunt this one back up the middle. Newbie fields on a hop. Throw over to first is in time to retire the side, but not before the Yard Dogs score 2 runs on 3 hits. They now lead 5-3 as we go to the top of the 4th inning out in Bryan, Texas. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball. of the fourth out at Travis Field. 5-3 our score as Zion Lewis, the left fielder, will dig in. He's 0 for 1 tonight, flew out to center his first time up. First pitch swinging and fouling it into the netting for strike one. Yard Dogs have scored in every inning so far. 1 run in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. Finally pick up their first hit of the game in the third, and they collect 3 hits in that frame to score 2 runs. 0-1 to 0-2 as Garrett Pennington lands a pretty slider in the front door for strike 2.
We were asking for some offense, and now you're up to 5 runs off of 3 hits to make it pretty good so far.
Also have taken advantage of some uncharacteristic errors from Fort Scott as good morning, good afternoon, and good night as Zion Lewis is struck out on 3 pitches for out number 1.
Next up for Fort Scott, Thomas Padilla.
That is the 3rd strikeout of the evening for Pennington. Thomas Padilla, second baseman, in now. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. First pitch in there, called strike 1. Oh, 2. 5 pitches, 5 strikes in this inning for Pennington. Quickly set with the 0-2 offering to Thomas Padilla. That one misses down and away. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2, cut on and miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Pennington, and there's 2 down, nobody on. Mateo Rodriguez now, as Pennington is up to 4 strikeouts on the night.
Seems as the deeper we go, the better he's getting so far.
Typically, it's the opposite, right? The more looks a hitter gets, the better they're going to be off of you. But second time through the lineup here, Pennington has been stellar. Has a 1-0 count here to Rodriguez. Next offering, swung on and fouled back. Valerius can't hang on to it, but doesn't matter. 1-1 count. Pennington sitting at 72 pitches. No movement in the Yard Dog pen. It's a 2-1 count as the 1-1 offering bounced in. 5-3 our score. Top of the 4th, nobody on for Fort Scott. Here comes a 2-1 offering. That one bounces in as well to Rodriguez. Pennington taking a little bit longer walk off of the mound, checking himself, maybe making some mental notes. A couple pitches getting away from him. Here's the 3-1. Fastball up. And it's a 2-out walk to Mateo Martinez as Brody Mauser, DH, will come to the plate.
Up to bat, designated hitter Brody Mauser.
Quick conversation between Valerius and Garrett Pennington after that walk. 2 quick strikeouts in this frame, and then losing Rodriguez. It's losing a little feel, it seemed like, in that at bat.
Yeah, just
something mechanically off.
5-pitch walk and just missed a few spots.
So here's Mauser, sacrifice fly and an RBI last time up. Pennington set the first pitch. Slider high and away, or high and in, I should say, for ball 1. One out. Fastball missed outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Slider sent into center field. Going to be a tough play as it's cutting away from Riley, and Cole, the right fielder, will line it up no problem for out number 3. Wynn got a hold of that one as Fort Scott will strand a runner over at first. They trail 5-3 going to the bottom of the 4th. This is Bryan Yard Dog baseball. Leads off the bottom of the 4th inning, 5-3 our score. Yard Dogs in front of Fort Scott Dragoons. Nick Savage, Will Fain with you here on the Bryan Yard Dog YouTube channel. Appreciate y'all watching along and following to swinging strike 1 to Valerius, who reached on a walk his last time up. Trevor Newby back out onto the mound for another inning of work. As there's been a defensive change for Fort Scott. Valerius skies this one left side of the infield. Third baseman making the call. Burnett with the catch for out number 1. The shortstop, Mateo Rodriguez, not in the game anymore. He's in the dugout. Moving from second to short is Padilla. The DH, Brody Mauser, now playing second. I believe that might be the only change. As the first pitch in to Gavin Shaddix, called strike 1. Shaddix, 2 walks and a run scored for him tonight. Also a stolen base. That 0-1 pitch misses away for ball 1. So hopefully everything good with Mateo Martinez. He is hanging out in the Fort Scott dugout now. 2-1 count here to Gavin Shaddix. Pitch comes home. He swings underneath that elevated pitch, and it's an even 2-ball, 2-strike count. Two-two's a slider down and away, and now the count is run full. Three-two. This one yanked foul. Might be playable for Burnett. Gives it a look, and it lands in the party deck.
That was a First Financial.
Shaddix back into the box. Polnitz the second, back into the crouch. 3-ball, 2-strike count. Here's the next offering. Foul back, and Gavin Shaddix will stay alive.
About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat after that foul off.
Good battle here to open up, or excuse me, to continue the bottom of the 4th. Valerius popped out to third to lead off this frame. Yard Dogs leading 5-3. Another foul ball.
That is the 4th fouled off pitch of the at-bat.
Ninth pitch about to come home to Gavin Shaddix, the second baseman for Bryan. Trying to reach base for the 3rd time today. He swings underneath that pitch up and in, and it's a strikeout for Trevor Newby. That's his first strikeout of the night, and there are 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Tegan Riley, center fielder, in now. He is 0 for 1. Had a sacrifice fly in the first, lined out to right in the second. First pitch from Trevor Newby on the way. Lined up the middle, that'll be a base hit into center field. 4th hit of the night for the Yard Dogs. Keep this inning alive as Jake Wiley, the left fielder, stands in. Yard Dogs looking for a 2-out rally as they lead 5-3. They've scored in every inning so far. Looking to keep that trend going. First pitch on the way, taken inside for a ball, and into second goes Tegan Riley with a stolen base. Second swipe bag of the night for the Yard Dogs. Runner in scoring position and a 1-0 count to Jake Wiley here in the bottom of the 4th. Newby set at the letters. Wiley swinging and fouling for strike 1. Wiley back into the box, ready for a 1-1 offering. Here comes. Taken inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, uncharacteristically for Fort Scott. 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors for Bryan. There goes the runner once again, swung on, fouled off, and Tegan Riley will retreat back to second base.
talk about a comfortable night for some baseball as that weather, you know, with the breeze that came in, it's kind of cooled off here. It's not, sun's not out.
About as
shining
good
right
as
now.
it gets in July in Texas, you know what I mean? 2-2 pitch here to Jake Wiley. Ooh, that one's going to get him on that right leg. So hit by pitch puts another man on base for Bryan. Justice Brinson, the DH, will bat now.
At bat, designated hitter, Justin Brinson.
Brinson, 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a run scored. It'll be Brinson's second look at Trevor Newby on the mound here. He's trying to post his first 0. He's got 2 outs, but a little bit of a rally starting for Bryan.
Yeah, started with that single by Riley out to center field.
Followed up by a hit by pitch, all done with 2 outs. Newby will step off and look back Tegan Riley to second. One 0 offering. Ooh, that's going to get Brinson, and that'll be back-to-back hit by pitches, and the bases are full of Yard Dogs. Tanner Pachorik, 1 for 2 tonight. Singled and scored back in the 3rd. Looking to extend this Bryan lead. Righty-righty matchup. Pachorik about to wrap up his first week with the team. First pitch to him, down low for ball 1. Newby out of the stretch, third base side of the rubber. The 1-0 to Pachorik's driven deep to left field. Gaston and Lewis on the run. Who will make the call? Gaston, the center fielder, will make it in the alley for out number 3. On any other night, Will, that ball might have flown a little bit further and fallen for extra bases, but
maybe even off the wall.
Yeah, wind blowing in tonight kills it, and the Yard Dogs trend. The bases loaded, but they still lead 5-3 as we go to the 5th inning out at Travis Field. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball. Center fielder leads off. Take ball 1 up and away from Garrett Pennington. Pennington starting his 5th inning of work, getting his first start of the season tonight, as this one's chopped on a few hops over to third base, and a really tough play for Hunter Barros. Pachorik actually has a chance over at first, but legging it out is Julian Gaston.
At bat, right fielder,
You
Samuel
can
Padilla.
give that a infield single for Gaston. 5th hit of the game for Fort Scott. Samuel Padilla will come dig in. The right fielder is 1 for 2 tonight. Leadoff man on for Fort Scott. Righty-righty matchup here. First pitch home. There goes the runner. Throw down from Pachorik, or excuse me, to Pachorik. Valerius let it fly, but Julian Gaston swipes second base. Leadoff runner is on. And in scoring position for Fort Scott. It's a 0-1 count here to Samuel Padilla. Line back up the middle. Pachorik, the shortstop. Routine play. Pick can't be made over at first. That throw is low. Here comes the runner to the plate. That ball gets away from Valerius. And coming in, or moving up to second, I should say, is Samuel Padilla. So an E6 allows Samuel Padilla to reach. On the back end, Julian Gaston makes his way in from second base to make it a 5-4 game in the top of the 5th inning. First error committed by the Yard Dogs tonight. Now Ulysses Hernandez digs in. He's 1 for 2. Pretty wild play there to bring home the 4th run of the game for Fort Scott. First pitch to Hernandez is not coming home. Quick spin and a throw from Pennington back at second, where Padilla stands. First pitch. This is low to Hernandez. It's ball 1. One-0 offering to Hernandez on the way. That fastball catches the outside corner, called strike 1. First series between these two kicked off a 12-game homestand for the Yard Dogs. They started at 7-0 after sweeping Fort Scott and Beaumont, taking game 1 over Nacogdoches, then dropped the next 2 to the Niners. And here we are, game 1 of the final 3 games of this 12-game set, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And we're locked in another dead heat. It took 2 walk-offs to beat Fort Scott the first 2 games, then a 10-3 win in the first series of this homestand.
Both of those first 2 games going to extra innings.
Yeah. This one trending that direction as Fort Scott trying to rally in the top of the 5th. They've made it a 1-run ball game. Still nobody out. Runner out at second base is Samuel Padilla. Ulysses Hernandez with a 1-2 count at the plate. Here's the next pitch. Slider way outside. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. This one sent to the left side. That's through the infield for a base hit. Padilla will get the wave. Little trouble with it out in center. And it's an RBI single to tie the game up at 5 runs apiece here in the top of the 5th inning.
Next at bat, catcher, Cedric Politz II.
Cedric Polnitz II now. The catcher will bat. He's 0 for 2 tonight. And again, a 5-5 ball game after the RBI single from Hernandez, his second hit of the game. This one bunted in the air. Barros trying to get there and catch it on the fly, but could not. And it's 0-1. Polnitz the second back into the box. Oh, 1 popped, bunted, and they'll just let it trickle foul. Smart play there by the Yard Dog defense.
Way to play it smart and safe.
Yeah,
and
just
that
let it
roll
go.
foul.
So we're knotted up at 5 now in the top of the 5th inning. Runs are coming in twos tonight. Both Fort Scott and Bryan with 2 innings where they've scored 2 runs. Oh, 2 here to Polnitz the second. He'll show bunt again, pull it back. That one just outside for ball 1. Looked like a strike from up here, but home plate umpire not giving that pitch. Swung on and missed, 1-2, and down on strikes is Polnitz the second for out number 1.
Number 28, Jackson Burnett.
5th strikeout of the night for Garrett Pennington. And Jackson Burnett will dig in. He's 0 for 2. Two hits and an error committed by the Yard Dogs in this inning have 2 Fort Scott runs in to tie the game. It's ball 1 upstairs to Burnett. One 0 offering. Popped foul. Takes the count to 1 ball, 1 strike.
Foul ball.
Nacogdoches leading the league, 29-9 overall. Fort Scott in second, 20-15. Meridian and Bryan right on their heels. Meridian 19-16, Bryan 19-18. 1-1 bounces in there. There goes the runner, Hernandez. Throw down is in time to nab him for out number 2. Valerius throws out another base runner. Taylor has been one of the best defensive catchers in the league and shows it once again as he throws out another runner. So 2 down, 2-1 count. Nobody on for Jackson Burnett. Two 1 runs inside. There's 3 balls and 1 strike. Three 1. Taken, strike 2. Count is going to be full. Payoff pitch, sent foul. Valerius catching his 7th runner, stealing with that throw down to Nab Hernandez. Payoff pitch, misses low, appeal, no swing, and it's a 2-out walk to keep the inning going for Jackson Burnett. Now Zion Lewis, left fielder, to the plate. Lewis 0 for 2 tonight.
At bat, left fielder, Zion Lewis.
Yeah, Valerius has been a great defensive backstop behind there for us this year.
Monitoring, and we will let you guys know should anything change.
Big lead for Burnett already, as first pitch comes home to Lewis and it misses upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. One 0. Slider lifted right side of the infield. Thornhill, the first baseman, puts it away in foul territory for out number 3. But Fort Scott strikes for 2 runs to tie the game up on 2 hits. An error committed by the Yard Dogs, and Fort Scott will strand a runner out at first base. We are halfway home, all tied up at 5 runs. This is Bryan Yard Dog baseball. Fires home the first pitch of the inning. Thornhill crushes it foul up the left field line. Thornhill reached on an error in the second, later came around to score, then a sacrifice fly and an RBI for him in the third. Here's the 0-1 offering. That one misses up and away. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Thinking it'll follow the trend here of 2 runs again?
It might. Again, each team has scored 2 runs twice in an inning. 1-1, misses down and away, 2 balls, 1 strike. Fort Scott scoring 2 in the second and the fifth. Yard Dogs doubled up in the second and third. And each team scoring a run in the first frame. 2-1 sent foul. Anytime the Dragoons have scored tonight, Bryan has answered. Two crushed into center. Gaston doesn't see it. Oh, he did call it. Held his hands up like he didn't know where the ball was, but ended up being in the perfect spot. He deked me. There's one down here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
I don't think he took too many steps one way or the other.
Well, yeah, that's part of it too. He started going one way, then held up both hands like I can't see the ball, and ended up being right where he needed to be. So I tip my cap to you, Julian Gaston in center. You got me. Here's Hunter Barros, the third baseman. First pitch swinging and popping it up left side of the infield. The third baseman, Burnett, is there, no problem, for a quick out number 2. Now Brody Cole. Cole reaching on an error in the second, grounding out to the pitcher in the third. That's with 2 down, nobody on. Tied up at 5 runs apiece in the bottom of the 5th inning at Travis Field on a Tuesday night. Trevor Newby brings home the first pitch. One-0 comes home. Taken outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Yard Dogs in their 38th game of the season, 19-18 overall. Middle of the pack in the league, but they are holding on to that 4th and final playoff spot. 2-0 misses in to take the count to 3 balls and no strikes. Got a pretty comfortable cushion over Piney Woods to fall out of the top 4. I don't think anyone's going to catch Nacogdoches at this point. 3-0 outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk here to Brody Cole. I'll pass the baton to Taylor Valerius, the catcher.
Nacogdoches have to go on some kind of losing streak for anyone to catch them.
Yeah. And we know that's possible. I mean, Beaumont ran into some trouble, had a 23-game losing streak. Their problem's a little bit more unique, but
yep.
And Fort Scott, again, just ended a 12-game skid. Might have gotten up to 13. I don't really, I
can't remember.
Might be off on that, but yeah, either way, double-digit game losing streak. But they're still holding on to that 2nd spot in the standings. If the playoffs started today, Nacogdoches would host Bryan in a 1-game semifinal, winner advancing to a best-of-3 championship series. First pitch to Valerius sent foul up the third base line. So Nacogdoches, the 1 seed, Bryan, the 4 seed, then Fort Scott would host Meridian. So no 1 count here to the Bryan backstop. Pick over to first. Brody Cole back in safely. Valerius walked his first time up. Popped out to third in the 4th. Top of the order standing on deck, Gavin Shaddix. Oh, 1. Pitch floated in there, misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. See some lightning flashing off in the distance over beyond that right field wall. Again, I think that's all the way in South College Station, so should be good to go the rest of the way here. 1-1 line foul by about a foot up the third baseline. Got to whip out the weather app once again here. See what the radar is showing.
Just to see.
One-two on the ground to the shortstop Padilla. He'll flip to Mauser at second to retire the side. As the Yard Dogs get a runner on base with 2 outs, but can't do anything with them. We're still tied at 5 runs apiece, going to the 6th. Come on back. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball. After he goes 5 innings, allows 6 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. He'll face Thomas Padilla to lead off the top of the 6th inning. It's a 1-1 count to him here. Big swing and a miss on a looping breaker, and it's 1-2. Ford's next offering. Fastball down, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Mateo Rodriguez is standing on deck. They might have just flipped the DH in the position, right? Because Brody Mauser went out to play defense. He took over at second. Thomas Padilla moved to short as this one sent into center field. And a great catch made by Tegan Riley for out number 1.
Little sliding grab.
Home plate umpire signals out as Thomas Padilla thought that was going to fall for a base hit. But here's Mateo Rodriguez, now the DH.
I bet if the wind was blowing like it was earlier, it could have been a base hit. Kind of died down.
Yeah, would have fallen in front of Tegan Riley there, but instead the Yard Dogs pick up the first out, and Brendan Ford delivers the first pitch to Rodriguez, and it's outside for ball 1. 1-0. Pitch taken low. Takes the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Big swing and a miss on the 2-0. Ford back into the count, 2-1. So with that lightning flashing, looking at the monitor, everything's still south of College Station. We're still good to go here.
Nothing
This
crazy.
good ball game, yeah. 3-1 count now to the Dragoons designated hitter. Breaking ball lands in. Counts run full. Payoff pitch, runs high, ball 4, and Rodriguez draws his second walk of the game.
Fort Scott Dragoons,
He's a one-out base runner
Brody Mauser.
here in the top of the 6th. Brody Mauser, the designated hitter, comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with the sac fly. Righty-righty matchup. Mauser takes, it's ball 1 high. One is a breaking ball that lands in there, called strike 1. Nacogdoches now up 8-3 over Piney Woods. That one's in the top of the 6th. Bottom of the 4th at Meridian. The Blues lead the Oil Barons 2-0. 1-1, good breaking ball in there, called strike 2. This one sent to right field. Cole on the move, and it is a fair ball. That looked foul, but home plate umpire with the call, and it's a double.
Maybe right on the line.
Right on the line, yeah. Home plate umpire did have a good view of it. Now here's Brody Cole saying that one's foul, but no discussion, no expecting Coach Byington out of the dugout, but he's going to play on here as Mauser has himself a double. Rodriguez over at third, 1 out here, top of the lineup, back up. Julian Gaston, 1 for 2 today. Singled, stole a base, later scored his last time up. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch swung on, sent into left field. That'll be down for a base hit. Coming in to score is Rodriguez, and Fort Scott has the lead here in the top of the 6th, 6-5.
At bat for Fort Scott, right fielder Samuel Padilla.
Second hit of the night for Julian Gaston. Samuel Padilla, the right fielder, will bat now. He is 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. First pitch, there goes the runner. Throw down from Valerius. It's a great throw right on the foot of Julian Gaston, and he's thrown out for out number 2. Second caught stealing of the night for Valerius, and he's got 8 this season.
I was wondering if they were going to try to do a kind of double steal that we've seen the Yard Dogs do a few times.
But Mauser stays put at third. Now there's 2 out and a 1-0 count to Samuel Padilla here. Here's the next offering. That one misses outside for ball 2. Offering taken low, and it's 3-0. 3-0 in there, called strike one. Two down in the top of the sixth, 1-run home for Fort Scott. They have the 1-run lead, and the 3-1 misses low to Padilla. Runners will be at the corners for Ulysses Hernandez. Hernandez, 2 for 3 today.
Ulysses Hernandez.
2 singles and an RBI. Chance to add to that total here. Forward out of the stretch, he comes set at the belt. First pitch of this at bat comes home. That one upstairs, ball one. That one bounces in there. Valerius, good job keeping it in front of him, but Ford misses once again. Three and 0 now. Brendan Ford out of the zone.
Already at 25 pitches this inning.
.30 offering to Hernandez, and he will take ball four, 4-pitch walk. Bases are loaded, full of Dragoons for Cedric Polnitz the second. Time called. Here's the Yard Dog pitching coach, Jason Cadell, will head out
Cedric Polnitz II.
and have a word with Ford. He got a quick out number one, but a walk, a double, a single, and then back-to-back walks. Thankfully aided by a caught stealing in there. And now Polnitz the second at the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Dragoons trying to keep the two-run trend going. Meeting on the mound over. Brendan Ford back to work. Polnitz the second stands in, and now Brendan Ford will go out of the windup with the bases juiced. First pitch, slider down and away, ball one. That's 5 straight out of the zone. Ford nods. 1-0 here to Polnitz the second. Check swing, did he go? No, he didn't. Ford really battling here, trying to get that final out. Feel like a big win with only 1 run home. That's a good one in there. Doesn't get the call though. 3-0. 7 straight out of the zone. Two outs in the inning, bases juice for Fort Scott. A 3-0 to Polnitz the second. That one's in there, called strike one. Three-one outside, and that's a bases loaded walk. That'll make it 7-5. Coming in to score is Brody Mauser. And Polnitz, the second, gets a walk and an RBI. That's 3 straight free passes, 4 in this inning. Padilla at third now, Hernandez at second. Jackson Burnett to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. First pitch swinging. And coming up empty is Burnett. It's 0-1. Looping breaking ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another close pitch that looked like a strike from up here, but
I don't think
doesn't
it missed
get the
by
call.
much.
Yeah. 1-1 fouled into the mitt of Valerius, and now Brendan Ford a pitch away from getting this inning over with. Fort Scott taking the lead with 2 runs home. 1-2 to Burnett. On the outside corner, but just off. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. Put in play, back up the middle under the glove of Ford, but it's Shaddix there, the second baseman, who scoops it up, steps on second to end the inning. Guess what? 2 runs home for Fort Scott. They have a 7-5 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th out at Travis Field. Come on back. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball. Shaddix will lead things off for the Yard Dogs as they trail by 2 going to the bottom of the 6th, 7-5. Fort Scott a 2-run top half of this frame to take the lead. First pitch from Trevor Newby misses away for ball 1. Shaddix today 0 for 1, walked twice, stole a base, scored a run. Also struck out. 1-0. Pitch floated in there, is upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Always out of the stretches. Trevor Newby, he's set with the 2-0, and it comes home here and catches the outside corner. Gavin Shaddix, the SFA Lumberjack, swings and fouls off the 2-1. Shaddix has played in a couple of summer leagues. Played for the Norwich Sea Unicorns in 2024. As he pops this one left side of the infield, it's going to be Padilla, the shortstop, who makes the call and the catch for out number 1. Now Tegan Riley will come to the plate.
At bat, center fielder number 23, Tegan Riley.
Riley tonight, 1 for 2, a sacrifice fly in the first, line out in the second, single and a stolen base in the fourth. First pitch to Riley is on the outer half, called strike 1. Tegan again out of Ohlone College. Shoots the 0-1 foul. He's a redshirt sophomore. Throws about 95 out of the outfield in the transfer portal, looking for his next opportunity. O2 fouled back. O2 to Riley's fouled off.
That is a First Financial foul ball.
No way to keep battling, though.
O2. Riley earns himself another pitch. Mentioned his stat line earlier for the Ohlone College Renegades. In 43 games, 352 average, 5 home runs, 39 RBIs. He's going to shoot this one down the right field line, and it's going to be a tough play, and Padilla won't be able to get to it. Falls in for a 1-out single here in the bottom of the 6th. Now Jake Wiley will stroll in. Wiley reached on a drop third strike in the first, grounded out in the third, and was hit by pitch in the fourth. Wiley has been with the squad since day 1. Out of St. Edwards. Pick over and Riley back in safely. There goes Riley, throw up the first baseline, and that's an easy swipe bag for Tegan Riley, his second of the game. And the second stolen base, check that third stolen base for the Yard Dogs tonight. Now runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the 6th for the Yard Dogs. Jake Wiley at the plate. Broken bat sent into a shallow right center field. Padilla, the right fielder, coming in, and he makes the catch. Route number 2, a really tough play for everyone in there. Gassed in the center fielder. Padilla, the right fielder, converge, as well as Padilla and Mauser, the shortstop and second baseman.
And it looked like it was going to kind of be in that no man's land, but
a fly out to right field. Has 2 men down. Tegan Riley still at second, and Justice Brinson to the plate, the DH. Justice 1 for 2 today with a single, a hit by pitch, and a strikeout. Yard Dogs steal their 48 bag with that Tegan Riley stolen base. This one popped right side, foul territory in the infield. Polnitz, the catcher, doesn't have the room, and it falls for a foul ball. Justice Brinson out of Santa Rosa Junior College hit 283 for them this year, and he's going to sky this one into right. And Padilla has it lined up for out number 3. The Yard Dogs get a one-out base runner. They can't do anything with them. They still trail by 2 going to the 7th. 7-5 our score. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball. Seventh we go out of Travis Field. Nick Savage, Will Fain with you here on the Bryan Yard Dog YouTube channel. 7-5 our score. Fort Scott leading your Bryan Yard Dogs as Brendan Ford is back out for another inning of work. He's facing Zion Lewis, Thomas Padilla, Mateo Matthews due up. That's 6, 7, 8 in the Dragoons order. It's quickly a 2-0 count to Lewis here, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Fastball misses up, and it's a 3-ball, no-strike count. That one lands in there, called strike 1. With them, they 3-1 or 3-0 to 3-2 as Brendan Ford gets the swinging strike there. And Ford looking for out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. Payoff fouled off. Dragoons have scored 7 runs on 8 hits, committed 2 errors. They've stranded 7 men on base. 3-2. That one's high. 5th walk issued by Brendan Ford tonight. Now Thomas Padilla, the second baseman.
At bat, number 14, Thomas Padilla.
He's 1 for 3 tonight. Singled later, scored in the second. Fort Scott looking for some insurance here as lead by 2. Big lead for Zion Lewis over at first. He's first pitch running, a swing and a miss. It's strike 1, no throw from Valerius, so a swipe bag from Zion Lewis there puts him in scoring position with nobody out. Ford set at the letters. The 0-1 offering to Padilla. Breaking ball gets a big swing and a miss. More of that, please. It's a 0-2.
Nice.
Brendan Ford finding the command of the breaking ball. Breaking ball in there, called, third strike. Brendan Ford finds it and puts up a backwards K. That's his first strikeout of this outing. There's one down here in the top of the 7th. Mateo Rodriguez, the shortstop, turned DH, digs in. Double in the 2nd, drove home a run, later scored in that inning, walked in the 4th, and again in the 6th, where he scored once again. Bats with one out, runner out at second base. Ford's 0-0 pitch in the top corner, called strike one. Next offering on the way. Check swing, he goes around, and it's quickly 0-2. Pitch gets away, though, from Valerius, and that allows Zion Lewis to move up to third base. Just a breaking ball with a little too much movement, I think. Kind of shot through Valerius's legs and glove there. Now big pitch upcoming as the infield will come in. Big deep breath from Ford. The 0-2 to Rodriguez. Breaking ball drops in there. Back-to-back Hayes with the hammer. And that's a big strikeout.
At bat, second base, Brody Mauser.
That takes the sacrifice fly out of play. And the 9-hole hitter, Brody Mauser, comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a sacrifice fly tonight. Also has a double and a run scored. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Just off the plate away for ball one. Here's 1-0. Sent to right field deep. Cole on the move. Lays out. Can't get it. And this will be extra bases. Lewis already home to make it 8-5. And it's an RBI triple for Brody Mauser. 8-5 our score now in the top of the 7th. 3 straight frames where Fort Scott has scored. Here's the top of the order. Julian Gaston stands in. He's 2 for 3 today with 2 singles, an RBI, a walk, a run scored, and 2 stolen bases. Tries to bunt his way on, but instead comes up empty. It's 0-1. An offering, here it comes. That one low, taken. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. That one's on the outside corner. Brendan Ford ahead of Gaston here, 1-2. Julian Gaston a little frustrated with the strike zone. Got rung up in the first on a pitch he disagreed with. Here's the 1-2. That one on the outside corner, called, third strike. Gaston knew it that time. No argument as he heads back to the dugout, but Dragoons do pick up an insurance run. They lead 8-5 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time out at Travis Field. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball. First pitch lands in there, called strike one. Tanner Pachorik leads things off. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Ball gets away from the Yard Dog pin. Oh, 1-2 Pachorik has swung on and fouled back. It's quickly 0-2. Trevor Newby still going. Just threw his 73rd pitch, yeah. No movement in the Fort Scott pin either, so if he continues rolling like he has, he's even pitched through traffic, but able to keep his team in front this entire time. Might be his game to finish. Again, a team that isn't traveling with too many guys in reserves, only 3 guys on the bench. But they've scored 8 runs on 9 hits. Committed 2 errors to the Yard Dogs, 5 runs on 5 hits. They've committed 1 error. Pachorik sends this one foul. It's 0-2. Newby set, the 0-2. Popped into left field. Lewis coming in. He makes a call on the catch for out number 1. Andrew Thornhill will stroll in. Andrew reached on an error in the second, later scored a sac fly in the third and a line out to center in the 5th. This will be his 4th look at Newby here. And the first pitch misses away for ball 1. One-oh. Misses in. 2 balls, no strikes. Two-oh. In there, called strike 1. This one put in play to the right side and a base hit. Andrew Thornhill, his first hit of the game. Good piece of opposite field hitting. And a 1-out base runner for the Yard Dogs here in the bottom of the 7th.
At bat from Victoria, Texas, number 3, 3rd baseman, Hunter Barrows.
Here's Hunter Barrows, the 3rd baseman. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Had an RBI single in the 3rd inning. Double play depth for Fort Scott. First pitch coming home. Sent sky high, shallow right field. Second baseman Mauser makes a call as that one will actually stay on the infield. Wind blows it in, and it's quickly out number 2. Now Brody Cole, the right fielder. 0 for 2, reached on an error and scored in the 2nd. Ground out to the pitcher in the 3rd and a walk in the 5th. 8-5 our score, 2 down, runner at first. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning out at Travis Field. Game 1 of this 3-game set. It's an 0-1 count here to Brody. After this 3-game set, the Yard Dogs are on the road to Piney Woods for a 3 game weekend series as this one's driven into center field. Gaston has it lined up for out number 3. And that will do it. The Yard Dogs get a runner over at first. Once again, strand them. That's 6 straight innings with the runner stranded on for Bryan. We go to the 8th. It's 8-5 Fort Scott. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball. Pitcher for the Yard Dogs from College Station, Texas, Eli Suter. Big right-hander will face 2-3-4 due up for the Dragoons. Try to post some zeros after Brennan Ford goes 2 innings, allows 3 hits, 3 runs, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. That walk total a little inflated. As the first pitch, this is down and in for ball 1. Next offering fouled off. One. Bounces in there, 2 balls and 1 strike. Eight to 5 our score here in the top of the 5th. Fort Scott leading. This one's fouled off. And a good battle here to lead off the top of the 8th. Had a back and forth battle for quite a while, but in the 5th inning, Fort Scott kind of took over. Yard Dogs had the lead. Fort Scott tied it up in the 5th, took the lead in the 6th, tacked on an insurance run in the 7th. Looking to do more of the same here as the 3-2 runs upstairs for ball 4. So leadoff walk for Samuel Padilla. And Ulysses Hernandez will stroll in. He is 2 for 3 today with 2 singles and an RBI. First pitch of this righty-lefty matchup. Fastball in there, called strike 1. 0-1. This is away. Takes the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. We're diving into the Yard Dogs schedule a little bit in that last inning. It's 2-1 here to Hernandez. So again, they hit the road after Thursday night ball game. Go to Piney Woods for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday set. 2-1. There goes the runner. That one's out. And throw down, not in time, as Samuel Padilla steals second. Very active on the base paths today are the Dragoons. That's their second stolen base, but got to give credit to Taylor Valerius. They would have had 4 if it wasn't for him. He's thrown out 2 tonight.
Right.
Here's a 3-1 to Ulysses Hernandez. Outside, ball 4. And first 2 men reach here in the top of the 8th for the Dragoons.
Batting number 24, Cedric Points II.
And it's Cedric Polnitz II, the catcher, standing in now. He had a bases loaded walk his last time up. After that series with Piney Woods, they go to Beaumont for a 4-game set, then up to Fort Scott for a 4-game set. Actually, playing quite a few games against Fort Scott.
I think we'll have
6.
them again.
Yeah, they'll play a 6-game set at Fort Scott between these two. Then back here on Friday the 24th, 25th, and 26th against the Nacogdoches Niners once again. And like you just said, their last series of the year is Fort Scott right here to end July. Polnitz the second ahead 0-2. Suter looks in. He's set at the belt. 0-2. Chopped foul. So no 2 count once again. Eli Suter trying to get out number 1 here in the top of the 8th. Fastball driven deep to left field. Lewis ranging, making a catch in the gap. And the runners will tag. Here's the relay into second. It's going to be in time. What a relay throw by Jake Wiley out in left field. To Pachorik, to Shaddix to tag out a tagging Ulysses Hernandez.
Now batting number
So
28, third baseman. Jackson
unconventional
Burnett.
double play there. Puts 2 outs on the board, but a runner over at third base is Samuel Padilla. And Jackson Bennett to the plate. Bennett 0 for 3 tonight. He takes ball 1.
Just more of that great defense we've been able to see.
For Scott trying to force the issue, and Yard Dogs taking advantage of it. Getting it out. I don't hate the call, though, if you're Fort Scott. Try to be aggressive. You got to lead. Try to get 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out if they were successful there. And then a base hit would, add maybe 2 more. This one softly lifted in the shallow left. And Pachorik, the shortstop, out to make the catch. But instead of the insurance runs, Yard Dogs strand a man over at third, and it's still 8-5 going to the bottom of the 8th. Come on back. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball. Scott leading your Yard Dogs. Nick Savage, Will Fain with you here. We'll be back at it tomorrow night, 7:05 on the Bryan Yard Dog YouTube channel. Game 2 between the Dragoons and the Yard Dogs. First pitch to Valerius, taken on the outside corner for a called strike 1. Valerius, 0 for 2 tonight, does have a walk. This one's sent into center field, and that'll be down for a base hit. Leadoff man on for the Yard Dogs. Just what the doctor ordered.
It's been nice to see the offense get some more hits compared to what the last series was.
7th hit of the night for Bryan. Only had 5 on Sunday, 4 on Saturday, and 4 on Friday. First pitch is sent to the left side. That's a pinch hitter into the game, and
Rylan
Sawyers grounds into a fielder's choice. Taylor Valerius out at second. Sawyers, the runner, over at first, and now here's Tegan Riley.
At bat, center fielder, Tegan Riley.
So bottom 8. 1 out, 1 on. Tegan Riley, who is 2 for 3 tonight with an RBI and 2 stolen bases. He takes ball 1 low. Pick over back to first, and safely is Sawyers. We've seen Ryland come in and pinch runs, so Coach Byington might be thinking of moving him here. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. That's at least what Fort Scott thinks. They checked on him. This one chopped up the third baseline. It'll be a fair ball. Tough play for Burnett. Throw on the run in time to get a speedy Tegan Riley for out number 2. I think looked like maybe Polnitz II caught the bat on the backswing from Tegan Riley. Nothing intentional there, as he's kind of favoring that left arm as he's down to a knee right here in front of the backstop, being checked on by umpires, excuse me, and teammates alike. Here comes the trainer. Little apology there from Tegan Riley, saying, hey, my bad, I didn't mean to get you there. Pulling up the replay here on my computer, see what I see. Yeah, I definitely just caught him on the backswing as he was charging out of the box into the bat, got that left arm. Trainer just going through some tests with him. He's stretching out the arm. Nothing that looks like going to keep him down. Sidearmer up and throwing in the Fort Scott bullpen. Might be Nolan Mohana down there. Cedric Polnitz II still down on the ground. Now starting to make his way up to a knee and to his feet. Looks like he's going to get a little bit of tape on that arm. Probably already starting to swell up, I imagine, getting a knot where that bat head clipped him on the backswing.
Or was it kind of on the forearm maybe? Or?
Yeah, that's what it looks like, or maybe in the elbow area. Either way, not very fun,
No,
right?
It's gonna leave a mark, that's for sure.
but looking like he's going to stay in the game. I don't know if you saw this, Will, but there was a Royals player who tied the MLB record tonight with his 12th straight hit.
Oh, goodness.
Came to the plate with a chance to set a new MLB record, but he did not come through. Tyler Tolbert, player for the Royals. Again, 12th straight hit tonight, tying an MLB record. That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
Cedric Polnitz the second, taped up. He's ready to go. It's going to stay in the game. There's 2 down and a runner out at second. That is Sawyers for Jake Wiley. A few warm-up pitches for Trevor Newby. More so probably for Polnitz the second, just to feel out that arm. And he said he's good to go. So now Jake Wiley will stand in.
I'm not sure if you saw this one, but in the Pirates game, Ryan O'Hearn had 3 home runs and a total of 10 RBIs.
That's a good night to have.
They won 12-4 against the Braves earlier.
Wow. Yard Dogs would take a home run right now, trailing 8-5. Make it a 1-run ball game. Jake Wiley. He's ready to roll. He's going to dig in. Trevor Newby onto the rubber, and we're ready for play. First pitch home to Jake here. Swung on, lined into right field for a base hit. Here comes Sawyers getting the stop sign, and he will be held at third base. Runners will be at the corners for Justice Brinson.
Well, now we could really use that home run to tie
Yeah,
this game
tying
up.
run to the plate here. Brinson has a hit tonight. Also been hit by a pitch, scored a run. 8 hits for the Yard Dogs. Some defensive adjustments for Fort Scott. They're clinging to this 3-run lead. First pitch to Brinson is clubbed over to shortstop on a hop. They'll go the short route and get Wiley at second. So the Yard Dogs will strand 2 men on base, and they still trail 8-5. They're down to their final 3 outs. We'll go to the 9th out at Travis Field. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball. chance at a quick out for the Yard Dogs, but instead it's just a tall and a long strike for Zion Lewis, the left fielder who leads off. That one fell in between Thornhill and Shaddix. Pardon me, that is,
I believe Sawyer's now.
yeah, Sawyer's out at second base, who came in as a pinch hitter for Gavin Shaddix in the bottom of the 8th.
Try to get some good speed on base there.
So an 0-1 count here to Lewis. Make it 0-2 as he fouls that one off. Zion tonight, 0 for 3. Walked in the 7th, stole a base, later scored an insurance run. 1 run in the first for Fort Scott, 2 in the 2nd, 2 more in the 5th and the 6th, 1 more in the 7th. That's their 8 runs tonight. Bryan scoring 1 in the first, 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, and have been held scoreless ever since. Plenty of traffic, though. They've stranded men on base in every inning since the 2nd. For a total of 11 men stranded up to this point. 2-2 here to Zion Lewis. Fastball, check swing, he goes around, and it's strike 3. Out number 1 here in the top of the 9th.
At bat number 14, Thomas Padilla.
His first strikeout of the night for Eli Suter. Thomas Padilla bats with 1 out, nobody on. 1 for 4. First pitch to him. Breaking ball, he backs out of the way of it as it misses inside for ball 1. Fastball at the knees, taken for strike 1. Showed him the slider, start him off. Fastball at the knees. Let's see where Suter goes here. Fastball again as Padilla gets piece. He's behind 1 and 2 though.
Maybe pull the string here, a little off speed.
Got a few pitches to work with. One, 2. With the heat upstairs, no chase from Padilla. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball just inside. Really good pitch, but a better take from Thomas Padilla, and the count's run full. Payoff. Inside, ball 4. Another walk issued by this Yard Dog pitching staff. Been a bit of an issue tonight.
Designated hitter Mateo Rodriguez.
That's the 10th one issued. Mateo Rodriguez will stand in. Shortstop turned DH. Productive night for him. He is 1 for 2, a double and an RBI in the 2nd. Scored a run, walked in the 4th, walked and scored in the 6th, struck out in the 7th. This one's sent into center field. Riley, to his left, puts it away for the 2nd out of the inning.
At bat
Now,
number 18, Bodie Mauser.
Brody Mauser, halfway to the cycle. Double and a triple on his box score. Has also driven in a run via the sacrifice fly. Technically, he is 2 for 3. 2 RBIs and a run scored. He takes ball 1 up and in.
You think he can get a home run and a single here?
That'd be a heck of an inning for the Fort Scott. Hopefully they're
not.
unable to make that happen. This one chopped back up the middle, fielded by Suter on a hop. He'll flip over to first, and that'll do it. Another base runner gets on for Fort Scott, but they strand him. They lead 8-5 as the Yard Dogs come to the plate with their final 3 outs. They need 3 runs to tie it, 4 to win it. We'll see if they can do it on the other side. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball. Will try to start the rally as the Yard Dogs need 3 to tie, 4 to win it in the bottom of the 9th. It's 8-5, Fort Scott leading. And it's Trevor Newby out to try to close this one out, coming into the inning with 87 pitches. He took over back in the 2nd, and he'll try to go the distance. As in stands in Tanner Pachorik, he takes ball 1 inside. Pachorik 1 for 4 tonight with a single and a run scored. 1-0 to him. That one misses out. 2 balls and no strikes. Fort Scott does have a loose arm. Believe it is Nolan Mohana. But he is not throwing currently, but he's been warming up for the last few innings. This one popped on the infield. Burnett, the third baseman, makes a call and drops it. Jackson Burnett, drops the infield pop-up. 3rd error committed by the Dragoons tonight, and the leadoff man is on. Here's Andrew Thornhill. He is 1 for 3 tonight with a single, a sac fly, and a run scored. First pitch to him. Taken high for ball 1. We'll see if the Yard Dogs can capitalize. Big mistake made. But that's why the Dragoons kept tacking on. They have a little breathing room. This one lifted to right field. It's actually going to trickle foul. Padilla giving it a look, and it's off the top of the fence, but it's foul ball.
We have seen Bryan put up 4-run innings before, so.
They'll have to solve Trevor Newby, who has worked through traffic his entire night. He stranded runners on base in every inning he has pitched. No 1, 2, 3 innings for him. And I believe only one 1, 2, 3 inning pitched all night. That came back in the top of the 3rd. One here to Andrew Thornhill. That's a balk. So Newby balks. That'll put Tanner Pachorik at 2nd. He really doesn't need to worry about that runner over at first. Just focus on getting 3 outs here.
Does take out the conventional double play,
Yeah,
though.
exactly. 1-1 to Thornhill. This one lined into right field. Padilla on the move, and Padilla will run it down. Tagging and moving up to third is Tanner Pachorik. So the Yard Dogs will have a runner 90 feet away from home with only 1 out in the bottom of the 9th, still trailing by 3. Hunter Barros will dig in. 1 for 4 tonight with an RBI single that came back in the 3rd. Righty-righty matchup. 93 pitches for Trevor Newby. First pitch, line to right field, base hit. RBI single for Hunter Barros, his 2nd of the game, and it's a 2-run ball game. 8-6 our score in the bottom of the 9th. Got to start somewhere, right, Will?
Exactly. Keep chipping away. 3-run lead turns into a 2-run lead, just like that.
So now Brody Cole will stand in. Runner at first, 1 out. 2-run ball game. He is the tying run at the plate. Fort Scott sticking with Newby, and he fires home a strike to Cole. Oh, 1 to 1-1. That one missed. Long look in here from Trevor Newby. This one's popped right side, shallow right field. Mauser and Padilla come together. It's Mauser, the second baseman, who makes the call on the catch for out number 2. Yard Dogs down to their final out. Trying to avoid dropping 3 straight. Got to rally here. Taylor Valerius will step in, and if you want one guy up who can deliver a big swing, it's
got to be
Taylor
right
Valerius.
here.
Yeah. 3-run home run in this ballpark earlier this season, the only one that the Yard Dogs have hit at Travis Field. Valerius, a base hit his last time up. He'll take strike 1 on the outside corner. Most likely, Newby going to go over 100 pitches if this at bat gets extended, sitting at 98. Valerius at the plate with an 0-1 count. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. This one lifted deep left field, but Lewis is all over it as he puts it away for out number 3. Fort Scott holds on to win 8-6 here on the Tuesday night opener in this best of 3 between these two squads. We'll hit a break here. Post-game show coming up next. Yard Dogs fall 8-6 to Fort Scott. This is Bryan Yard Dog Baseball.
First pitch tomorrow at 7.
Quick wrap up here as the Yard Dogs fall 8-6 to Fort Scott in the series opener, Game 2 tomorrow night at 7:05 right here on the Bryan Yard Dogs YouTube channel. Nick Savage, Will Fain with you here on the post-game show. Fort Scott gets it done on 8 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors. They left 10 men on base. Yard Dogs, 6 runs, 9 hits, an error, 12 men left on base. Trevor Newby gets the win, taken over in the second with 2 outs. He goes 7 in the third innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And unfortunately, Brennan Ford, the loss, 2 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. Yard Dogs, quite a few walks tonight as a staff. I think 11 total.
I think so.
Too many free passes, Will, and it came back to bite him several times tonight.
I think that's the big thing for this game was too many free passes that once you had a few men on base, Fort Scott was able to get that hit to score some of those runs. As we saw, Ryan had a few too many people left on base there. Couldn't get the big one to knock some in. But we'll be back tomorrow night hoping for these hits to keep coming. As you know, Bryan had 9 tonight, more than any game they had over the last weekend. So offense, stay alive, clean up some of the walks and defense, and we should be good to go.
Absolutely. And you got to think Newby did a big favor for his squad. They're, again, not traveling with the most guys, but they're going to have plenty of options tomorrow as he closes this one out. Doesn't need any help. So, Will, a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out, of course. We'll be back out here tomorrow night. We'll be right back to work. 7:05 first pitch for Will Fain and Nick Savage. We'll catch you tomorrow night as Bryan falls 8-6 in Game 1. This has been Bryan Yard Dog Baseball.